Hello and very welcome to the smartphone video clip. I'm going to demonstrate you here different systems of successful organic farming which we got to know on our interdisciplinary excursion on organic agriculture, organized by University of Natural Resources and Life Sciences in Vienna. Our first destination was the organic flower farm FarmingVideo in Styria. It is the first farm in Austria that is producing organic flowers for decoration, food that is only served in the farm cafe, for weddings and similar events, or for workshops where people can collect experiences and knowledge about how to make flower decorations by themselves. Here, for example, you can see some plantlets which you can get for your own garden. While passing around the corner, you can already assume a beautiful view that you will catch for sure while drinking a coffee in their cafe. As you can see here, almost all table decoration is done out of wildflowers. This strategy belongs to their farming concept, since wildflowers are always available due to their high diversity and resistance. They simply grow on patches like this. But they also cultivate some of the wildflowers. Here you can see the silver plant that is only harvested in autumn when the blossom is gone and the plant develops these silver seedlings that contribute to a beautiful decoration. Next you can see a luxury product, the peony. It can be cut only after 4 years for the first time. Therefore it is a treasure in the flower production. That is the Sweet William. And you can catch sight on other valuable plants. That is the view on the most of the arable land. Out of 6.5 hectares they are cultivating 2 with luxury flowers. Down there, for example, grow 130 different species of dahlia, which blossom in many different colors and also count as luxury flowers. Furthermore, they grow some lavender. Here's some salad, which they only use for their dishes in the cafe. And in the greenhouses, different plants are especially sheltered to ensure the growth in time and more or less independently on weather conditions and to secure a rich harvest. The small plantlets of dahlia. The sticks are there for stabilization since they grow very high. All vegetables are mainly used for the kitchen in their cafe, as here the tomatoes, for example. And wildflowers like digitalis and cornflower again for decoration. As well as snapdragon. And here a last view in their seminar room. Another niche production is the organic lavender farm in Styria. Meanwhile, it is the biggest organic certified lavender farm in Austria. That is the view on the biggest lavender field. The harvest is between June and July, but only the flowers are harvested and not the leaves. That is done with a special machine. These plants grow on another field. It is visible that the soil is much richer here, since the plants are much stronger than before. That is the machine to process the oil. This machine here is for the distillation of schnapps. Eventually, many different lavender products are sold in the farm shop, like flavored jams, liqueurs, gift boxes, spelling lavender bags, toys or cosmetics like lip balm, oils or soaps. Our next destination was a biodynamic farm nearby Maribor, which is in the north of Slovenia. On that farm mainly apples are produced, but also some vegetables for the CSA, the Community Supported Agriculture. That is a young apple yard here. The trees are still quite small and you can harvest only a small number of apples so far. The high stems are for nets, which are necessary to protect the harvest against hail, for example. These are already older apple trees. The farmer is growing different sorts of apple trees, especially old ones and those which are resistant against frost, because late frosts can destroy the whole year's harvest. The sheep are also part of the organic farm. They are grazing in the apple yards, but only in the old ones, since they eat everything they can reach. The young trees are not resistant enough yet. The sheep graze the yard and free the trees from high grasses and weeds, so that the farmer is relieved from that work. Here very young apple trees are shown and a view over a big part of the area. The salt farm, which is located near the sea in Portorož in Slovenia, we visited next. They have many fields to harvest the salt. They flood the field several times and dry them after each flooding, so that the salt concentration rises. That's why good and dry weather conditions are important. They have a highly developed irrigation system and water gates for regulation. The harvest is done manually, and the method they use is already more than 700 years old. It is very important to work clean, because otherwise the salt cannot be processed for the food and cosmetic industry, except for de-icing salt in winter. The salt harvesters are farming in an organic way, but are not certified. Not far away we visited an organic olive farm in Italy. To produce olives, a dry climate is very important. Due to climate changes, the olive trees are still partly irrigated. The color of the olives depends on the time of harvest. First they are greenish, and after ripening them longer they turn black. In these mills the oil is pressed. Due to the Mediterranean climate, plants like wine, aloe vera or figs grow in this area very well. Still in Italy, we visited a very small village in the mountains. The farmer is the only one doing agriculture there and wants to keep the village alive by that, protect the land against wilderness and make it more attractive for tourists. Though the farming is very hard there, since the patches are very small, spread all over the village, and everything has to be done manually. The vegetables he grows for their own usage and guests. The sheep they keep for meat. It is quite lonesome there, but the landscape around is just fascinating. Back in Austria, we visited an organic farm with honey production beside others. They have approximately 100 beehives, and the species they keep is Carnica. The farmer opened one of the hives for us. A protection was not necessary. In this machine, the combs are centrifugated. Eventually, the honey and other products like liqueur, meat or cosmetics are sold in the farm shop, which opens twice a week. A typical place to sell organic products is a market as that one in Villach, which takes place once a week. Here only organic products are sold. The market was growing a lot during the last years, so that meanwhile different products from the same product range are offered, as for example vegetables, fruits, oils, dairy products or bread. That was the last destination of the organic farming systems I wanted to present here. I hope you liked the small tour about the different systems of successful organic farming and may also get some inspirations out of this video. Thank you very much for participating.